Hello, good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Ignite Teachers Toolbox. My name is Dr. Reyna, and I just want to let you know that I appreciate your time. I know that it has been difficult for our teaching community to be able to engage children across the screen. And for that reason, Ignite has created this program that not only gives you tools to help you engage children across the screen long distance, but it's also here to support you and to let you know that you are not alone, that you have a community of teachers that are working together, engaging children today for better minds tomorrow. I know that the future of our nation, the future of our kids, it's in your hands. And it's not fair that you are doing this work all alone. So we are here to support you. We are here to be with you and to provide you the tools and the community that you need in order to be successful in this new virtual learning experience. Welcome to Ignite Teachers Toolbox. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you want to let me know where you are coming from, what school you are teaching, what grade, and how did you come out to this training? I really appreciate it. I am super excited. I am beyond excited that you are here, that you took the time to listen to this message. I hope to be of service to you. And at the end of this presentation, we'll have more questions and answers. So if you have more questions, I'll be more than happy to assist you, to help you. Okay, so the first question that comes out in how Ignite started, it's why you lost your passion. Can someone lose their passion? Did you lose your why? Did you lose the reason why you started to teach? And why did you lose it? In this current situation, in this unprecedented times, a lot of people have been forced to stay in their homes. They have been forced to use technology. And technology can be a dragon that we can't slay. It can be a huge challenge, not because it's difficult, but because it's new, it's imposed, we don't have enough training. So that can be some of the reasons why we lose our passions. And so why is important for Ignite that teachers regain their passion? The reason why Ignite is passionate about helping you, the teacher, get your passion back, it's because you did not get into this career to make money. You did not get into this career to make a name for yourself. You got into this career because you had the intention to change lives, to mold minds, to create a better future. And so that's why we are here. So I'm going to invite you to please take a moment, and before we continue and before we go in with the training and the problems and the stress, I want to acknowledge your presence. So please, if you can't, if you're not driving, take a moment and think of the time when you decided to be a teacher, when you made that decision. Do you remember that day? Keep your eyes closed if you don't mind. And remember, do you remember that day? Do you remember the day that you said, I'm going to be a teacher? Where were you? See it. Close your eyes and see where were you? Where were you sitting down? Was it an experience with a child? Was it in a class? Was it because you saw a teacher that you admire? What were you doing? What were you wearing? So we remember the things that are important to us. Who was there with you when you came to this realization that you wanted to be a teacher? What is the people around you saying when you're saying, I am going to be a teacher? Are they encouraging you? Are they surprised that you have decided to be a teacher? Or they completely agree and they say, duh, you're like perfect. You're compassionate, you're caring, you're patient, you have all the qualities and you love to teach. What is those people saying around you? So why you made the decision to become a teacher? That is the big question. A lot of authors have talked about finding your why. You don't need to find it. It's inside you already. You already have it. You made this decision years ago, last year, if you're a new teacher. You made that decision when you decided to be a teacher. You made that decision. You know your why. You don't need to go find it. It already exists in you. Thank you for playing full out. You can open your eyes if you want to. If you want to share in the chat box, share with me and share with everyone those experiences. What came to your mind? What were you thinking? What were you saying? All of those different things. Share in the chat box. If you have someone in the room with you, then share it with the person next to you, because passion ignites another passion. So if you are passionate and you remember your why and you remember your passion, then share it. Share it so others can be inspired by you as well. Okay, thank you. So I want you to look in the camera and say to the camera, or say to your friend if you are with a person right next to you, and say, I am the best teacher this school has, and believe it. Thank you. So I am going to tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a new teacher. This new teacher had a heart full with emotions, had gone through school, and it was going to be the first day as a teacher. The first day that this teacher had her or his classroom is the first day. Do you remember that day? Do you remember the day, the first day that you had your classroom, that you had your first student was going to come? The first time the student connected with you, the first time that you saw the person's eyes because they got it, and you ignited that passion in them to learn, and they finally were able to put A and B together and make a word. You saw the spark in their eye. A student call you teacher. If you want, share the experience. Share how did you feel those very first times that you were a teacher? Because it's no different than right now. Put it in the chat box if you can. Share with a friend if you have a friend next to you. You are a brand new teacher right now. You're a brand new teacher because now you're teaching across the screen. You're teaching and you are reaching more than you ever have. You are reaching and you are truly helping someone on the other side. And this is your very first day. So remember how that felt. Remember how that felt. And now I want you to tell your teacher, your other teacher, if you have someone next to you, if not, say it to the camera and say it with conviction. You are the best teacher this school has. You. Yes, all of you. But you particularly, you are the best teacher this school has. And you know it. Okay, so it's settled now. It's settled. You said, I'm the best teacher. Now another teacher said, you are the best teacher. So now with that in mind, there's no excuse now, because now we know there's secrets out. There's secrets out. We know that you are the best teacher this school has. So with that, we're going to start with Ignite. The purpose of Ignite is to enhance your message and to improve understanding with the proper use of visual aids. Ignite is a program to ignite all the knowledge that you have in you, all the professional development that you have attended, all that passion that you have inside, all your resourcefulness. So to help you make every virtual classroom interactive, compelling, and productive. So we're going to start by understanding what is student engagement. This is not a student engagement workshop. I am not going to teach you how to engage students. That's your forte. You are excellent at engaging students in the classroom. So in education, student engagement refers to the degree of attention, curiosity, interest, optimism, and passion that students show when being taught by the teacher, which extends to the level of motivation they have to learn and progress in their education. If they are not engaged, if they are not focused, if they are not paying attention to you, they are not learning and they're not progressing. Okay. What's troublesome about this difficult times is that we have a whole generation of children that if they do not learn what they need to learn, if they don't get the quality of education that they deserve, the ones that are going to suffer is not them. It's the whole community. The whole world is a community because we will have a gap in our human society, and we don't want that. We want all of our children to be engaged, to be passionate about learning, and to get the best possible education possible. And only we can do it one teacher at a time. Okay, so there are 5 levels of engagement. We have authentic, when it's highest level of instructed motivated. They are strictly motivated. We have ritual compliance, patriotism, and rebellion. At this time, rebellion is disengaged, not compliant, defiant, and disturbs others. Right now, the feedback that we get is that kids are blocking their camera, they're putting a sticky on it, so they are not being engaged. They don't want to participate. They don't want to be there. So there are 3 categories in the classroom for the teacher. The teacher either has an engaged classroom where everybody's participating, they're sitting, they're paying attention. And then there's the off-track classroom. And we all have seen this kind of classrooms once in a while, with a teacher that, especially with a substitute teacher, the kids like run amok on top of them, right? So that's not what we want here. We want every teacher, whether it's a substitute, whether it's a permanent teacher, where you're the home teacher, every single teacher, we want them to have an engaged classroom. The question is, how do we move students towards authentic engagement? And how do we increase student engagement, right? That's what we want to do. As teachers, we want to teach. We want them to be engaged. We would just want them to say, okay, is the parent's job set everything up for the student? Well, I'm sharing a picture here with you of a student. The parent has provided a designated area, a computer, it's connected, it has no technology problems from what we can see from this picture. It has all the materials, it has pencils. It seems like it's a very quiet, optimal environment for learning. However, we see that the student is like this. And we all know what that sign is, right? That's the disengaged, that's the down. It's like, I am not like motivated to learn. I don't even know what you're saying. So this is the optimal student. This is the optimal student, and it's not engaging. Here's the teacher on the other side, seeing all of that energy coming through, here's our student in the corner, has her hands like this. Another student is like this. Another one is literally like this. Another student is like picking her face. So those students are not engaged. The teacher on the other side doesn't know how to engage them. This is a picture of how our students should be. Our students should be participating, have their camera on, and be right there. They're sending love, they're sending high fives. So just a few are not there, but the majority of your students are showing up and present and participating and moving. And that's what we want, right? So how do we get there? So how does a teacher prepare his or her classroom for learning? That is the question. I'm here to tell you that communication has evolved, a 2.0 communication. what we knew about communication and how we have communicated in the past has changed. In the past months, it's going to be almost a half a year, we have not been communicating person to person. We have been communicating what? Computer to computer. We show up at the same place in the same spot and we talk to, we have a meeting, we have a professional meeting, we have a classroom, we have a chat with our friends. Everything is happening through this box. So we live here, right? So how can we communicate? How can we evolve along with communication? So Ignite has developed 3 different techniques to help you prepare your classroom for learning. One includes breathing exercises, another one is moving, and the other one is the use of visual aids. And this is just the beginning. This is not a fix all technique. This is just the beginning to start igniting your passion, igniting all the knowledge that you have. So we're going to start with showing you the breathing exercises. And I am going to ask you to participate. I need you to participate so that you can judge if this exercise, if this technique that I'm giving you, that I'm sharing with you, it's something that you can use in your classroom that can help you determine if that's something that you can use. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to please play full out, and I get super excited because I have received feedback, the teachers that have said, I did the breathing exercise and it was amazing. Like all my kids were there, they're looking forward to the exercises in the morning. So that's why I'm asking you, try it out. It's just breathing. It's just breathing. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you to bring your hands and touch your fingers like that. One, back. Okay. When we go in, we're gonna breathe in, all in. When we go out, we're gonna breathe out through our mouth. When we, again, in, as much air as we can in, as much air as we can out. Continue. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Continue with that breathing exercise as you think of something that makes you happy, something that brings a smile to your face. Like that little puppy that you got, your kids, the warm fire in winter months, that fall weather, whatever brings a smile to your face, think about that for just a second. That's what you're going to ask your children to think of something that makes them happy. It can be their mom, their brother, their new toy. As they are thinking, and as you are thinking of that happy thought, I'm going to give you the outcome of the day. The outcome of the day is that I am going to introduce to you 3 techniques to help you engage your children so that they can learn, so that you can share your passion, so that you can share the knowledge that you have to teach. That's what we're going to do. In your case, you can share what is going to be the outcome of the day according to the objectives that you have to meet. Okay, let's do one more time. In, out, as much air as you can in, out. Okay, thank you so much. One more deep breath. And out. Okay, thank you so much for participating. Do you feel a little bit lighter? Right? Breathing, it's essential, and it's something that we do naturally, but we don't do it intentionally. So this exercise is called breathing priming or finger breathing. So you can call it however you want. You can incorporate other movements. I have a teacher who incorporated yoga, basic yoga movements. Another teacher implemented going like this, and so then it's like whatever movement you want to incorporate. I find that the finger It's a lot easier since they're using their coordination. You can use any movement that you want. Okay, so I hope that that helped you. There are multiple studies that have been done on the benefits of deep breathing, multiple studies. We are just going to focus on one from MIT that says that breathing boosts oxygen levels in the brain. That's public knowledge. Everybody knows that. You breathe, you bring oxygen to your brain, okay? MIT has discovered in some of their studies that the higher the oxygen levels in the brain, the better that you can focus and stay alert. And what do we want from our children? We want our children to stay focused, and we want our children to stay alert. So that's why we're asking them to breathe. We don't know what kind of day they're having. We don't know their household. We don't know if they have siblings. We don't know if they have the time. We don't know, if they have even food to eat. But when they are breathing, they're bringing themselves to the present moment, and they're being there with you. We cannot fix their lives. We cannot fix the situation that we're in, but we can provide a safe haven, like even a minute, even a minute. And so that's why we are boosting the oxygen levels in the brain so they can focus and stay alert for a short period of time. So early childhood IE has proven all the different benefits of deep breathing with movement. And then also the movement supports literacy. Why? Because when you're focused, you are balanced, you're more aware, you have better communication, and you're being able to interact with others in the group. So children need movement to develop their balance, not only in the brain, but in their body as well. In the same note, one of the teachers wanted me to share this with you, the use of hand signals when they're communicating. So what she does is she puts in this as her background, and the kids use the hand signals as a way of communicating with her. So she has her 30 children in the screen, and they use the hand signals to be able to communicate and to see what they need. I don't know all of the hand signals, but you might have some signals that you want to use, and feel free to create your own and to make your own hand signals, have it in the back and have them use it. Once they memorize it, they will be able to communicate effectively with you without having to have all the noise, all the microphones on all the time. So we have already determined that children need movement to develop balance. Another fun way to bring attention to our children is interactive music. Use the music to condition the mood. If we notice, a lot of our students are constantly having their headphones, right? You see them, they have their headphones. Can I listen to my music? They're constantly listening to the music. So why not use this music and utilize it for our benefit? We already know what kind of music they like. We already know that they enjoy listening to music while they work. So one of the ideas that we're presenting here, and you can expand from here, is that you set alarms that interrupt your learning with music, with sound, with whatever sound your age of children are in. So then you have a music that interrupts the pattern, and as they interrupt their pattern, you can have them do jumping jacks. They can just like wiggle their body. They can run in place. They can stretch. That feels so good. You can do sit-ups. You can do crazy dancing. You can do knee highs. You can do finger snapping or just clapping all the way around. Whatever movement you want them to do for a particular song, they can do. Okay, so for example, here, they start with the first music that we're gonna come up and hear, they do jumping jacks. With the second music right here, they're going to touch their toes and run in place. With this other music, they're gonna clap, and with the other music, they're gonna do crazy dancing, okay? And when you do this, they want to show. They will turn on their camera and they will want to show you what they're doing. And so that's your way of having them turn on the camera because they want to be seen, and then you have their attention. Once the camera is on, you have their attention. So right there. It's like, okay, so that's our first sound. So let's, work out. Let's do some jumping jacks. You can do sitting. I'm doing sitting jumping jacks. So you can do the same thing. Okay, so then the second music is you can do run in place. And you can run in place, right? And they can have them stand up. You can stand up as well. In some of my interactive modes, I ask you to stand up and do. So this is what we see. This is the results that we want. If you can see in this screenshot of this workshop, is like, okay, look at it. It's like some kids have their siblings working. Another kid over here has his dad is sitting down with a face. That kid doesn't care that his dad is right there. This one brought all her siblings to participate in the dancing. Like this one over here is taking a selfie of everything. So this other person over here is like both of them are dancing. So you are engaging them. And then now you have them. And you're not only helping your students, like right here with this group, it has 3 siblings. You're helping that teacher. Why? Because now they have their camera on. Now their kids are on fire. They go back to the classroom and they're going to start like answering and being engaged. And that's going to be contagious with the other kids, because the other kids are going to be like, why are you so energetic? Why do you have so much energy? What's going on? And so then the teacher can ask, it's like, what happened? And that's a way of you sharing this workshop with them so that they can incorporate it as well and engage the attention of their children. Movement, it's not new. Movement is not something that I am inventing. It's something that you've known all this time. You've always required students to move when asking a question. You always ask them, show your work. When you're done, bring your work to the front. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't want to go pick it up, because you understand the importance of the student moving. So this is no different. You have requested stand-up desks so that they stand. You have requested desks that move so they can form groups. You understand movement. It's not something new. This is just ideas for the new environment, ideas that other teachers have put into practice and have worked to engage the children. And so that's what we're doing here. We're not reinventing the wheel. That's exactly what I've been saying all this time, is like, you already know this stuff. It's a new environment. And when one teacher shares, you go like, that's right. That's what we do. So, and so then this is not something new. We're not reinventing the wheel here. Another thing is when you are kids, when you're bringing the music and they are moving and they come back, kids love feedback. They love for you to say, great job, Anita. Wonderful moves, Francisco. So students want your feedback. This is your perfect timing to provide that feedback when everyone is engaged and everyone's going to hear that feedback. So when you say, good job, Emma, guess what? Now, Juanita over here is going to say, I want her to tell me like how good I'm doing. And she's going to try to do good. Oh, I'm going to be alert as well because I want to get that compliment. There's nothing our kids love more than to be complimented by the teacher. They love it. So that's your opportunity right there. That's right there. If you don't have any other time to compliment them because it's difficult through all this teaching, that's your perfect opportunity. So now the other one is the use of visual aids. So we got to breathing exercise, movement, and now we're going to the use of visual aids. So the use of visual aids, it's important because now they're just listening and they have attention. You're competing with attention all around, on the side, noises. Your attention screen is right here, this big, okay? So now when before you had to ask a question and you wrote it down and everybody's attention was on you because you were in one room, now you have to ask the question, show the question, and repeat the question. So then all of that, it's information that we are competing with. We have come up with many ideas. Many teachers have said, okay, we're going to make emojis and we're going to send them to their homes. They're going to print them and they're going to have them, and that's how they're going to respond. In some cases, it has worked. In other cases where the kid doesn't have a printer, it has a lot of siblings, they destroy their emojis. They don't have emojis anymore. So now you're, not all of your students have an emoji that they can show. Like, right, so I have my emoji here. But if I have siblings and they destroy my emoji, I can't answer my question to you because I don't have an emoji anymore. And that's frustrating. And now I'm upset because everybody has an emoji and I don't have one and I feel I'll lie. So I'm just gonna block my screen. And I'm gonna be like, you know what, you can't see me? No, and that's not that I'm being defiant, is that I'm embarrassed, right? So to prevent that, we came up with, in my opinion, this idea came from one of our teachers in New Jersey. It's amazing. You go and you ask your kids to go find something red, something green. Okay, go find something red, find something green. Literally, go. I'll give you a minute. Okay, I'm back. I was prepared. So I went in and I found something green, something red. Okay, so with that, you don't have to send emojis. You don't have to send anything. They can go and find whatever is red, whatever is green in their home. Okay, so we also have a green case. I have a red heart over here. I have a red pen that I can use, a red cup, okay? Anything, there's like a whole bunch of stuff in their homes that are red and green. So when you ask a question, you say, is this true or false? Guess what? Green can be used for true, red can be used for false, used for yes, can be used for no. Agree, disagree. So you can use your colors. Now you can have all your students in one screen, ask your questions, see the answers. Otherwise, they said, type yes in the chat box. You have to know every single kid's name. You have to see which one did not answer. So you're missing out the information in here. It's not as engaging. When you have them use a color that they found in their home and you didn't have to send it, they didn't have to spend any money, and they can show off their stuff. It's like show and tell. It's like show and tell. So I can come in and I can show my oils and say, oh, I have my oil right here. Or, oh, I got a new pen. I got a red pen and a green pen. So I can show my stuff. And they'll be willing to participate. And so it's like true or false. Okay, so if you agree that this is a brilliant idea, put in your red or your green to agree. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Yes. So then you have that resource right there, and it doesn't cost you anything, and it's right there. A lot of it has saved a lot of sanity from a lot of my teachers. Excuse me, because they don't have to send emojis. They don't have to send printouts to them. Now, all they have to do is ask them, go find something red and go find something green. And it becomes a habit of every day. You bring something red, something green to your classroom. And if they don't have it, then just tell them, go find it. They're home. They have a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. Okay, so that's that. Another situation that was addressed and was brought over to Ignite is the lack of social connection with our higher grades. Our higher grades go to school to socialize. They have their peer groups, they have their cliques, they have all the different people that they see. So by creating background colors to group people, we are able to create that social connection. So for example, here in this particular classroom, we have like 4 different people that are in this teal color, okay? And so then now they are part of this group. When they go to another class, they still carry their background, and then they connect with this other group. And they go like, so Ariana here, Kelly and Carlos, they are in the same group. So now they will be talking to each other. So when they come back to the actual classroom, they're going to seek each other. They're going to say, oh, Ariana, Kelly, Carlos. So they are establishing relationships that otherwise they wouldn't have been able to establish. And so let's take this as an opportunity to enhance, not to hinder our social, emotional connection, but to enhance it. Because now, if it wasn't for virtual learning, our students could not connect this way. It's an intentional connection. So now we crisscross. So now otherwise, Ariana would just like hang out with her friends. Kelly would just hang out with her friends, and Carlos the same. But now, because we have the ability to assign color, we can intentionally mesh our culture and create a richer culture of a culture of inclusion. So to me, this is amazing. This is amazing because now everybody can know everyone. And when they go back to the classroom, they're going to have these deep connections that they developed over virtual learning. So that this is just an example of how to assign the groups. If you are an elementary teacher, you can assign the groups by month so that they switch and they all know each other by the end. If it's a high school environment, you assign their colors. So then that way they have the groups and as they go to different classes. So the sky's the limit. You know, I am entrusting you with this. You use your brilliance and you make it better. So, you know, this was the original idea. You make your own visual aids, you send it to the kids use it. If that works for you, if you have a group of students, if you have a group of supportive parents or smaller classrooms, this works wonders. Why? Because it's, and these are some of the ones that I got. I love it. I love it because I always, whenever I'm in my meetings, I like to use my little emojis. Even though Zoom is wonderful and it does all these things, and Google Meets, that's all, you can use emojis and you can use all kinds of stuff. It's something really special about getting a gift from one of your instructors saying, oh, use your heart when you say it, when you put it in. Use your jet, use your thumbs up. No, so it's good. It's a good thing for you to send as the holidays approach. If you want to send something like a gift or like have like a fair or something like that, that's something really nice to do for them. It's been a lot of information. I know your brain is probably like, I can do this, I can do that. I can already see it. And that's the whole purpose of Ignite. The purpose of Ignite is not to create a solution, but it is to ignite your imagination, to ignite all of the knowledge that you have inside you, all of those talents that you have inside you that you can utilize and that you probably wouldn't think that you have. So this is just the beginning. More strategies developed on an everyday basis. For that reason, you know, we have lots of questions like how, when, who, what, where, why. Please share your success with others. For that, we have created a Facebook group that, in my opinion, it's priceless. And all of you are invited to participate, where I invite speakers to come and share, teachers do their live videos, showing their stories, showing their success, showing their failures, showing what worked, what didn't work, so that we all can learn. In this group is where you will connect with the teaching community who have joined this community to make this world a better place. We don't want to neglect our education. We don't want to neglect our children to the best possible education that they can have. They can only have that if they have the best possible teacher, which you are. We already determined that in the beginning. You said it, and then somebody else said it. You are the best teacher this school has. So there's no doubt. Do not tell me that you're not. You are the best teacher this school has. And by you joining this community with other like-minded teachers and amazing teachers just like you are, we will be able to help and support each other in these difficult times. Imagine how easy it would be to connect with like-minded people who are sharing new ideas, that share workshops, resources, and more. I know that our schools and our school districts try to provide all this information for us, but a lot of times it's not available. A lot of times we don't know where it is. But if a teacher found a free resource such as this Ignite program, and they share it with you through this community, amazing, because then you don't have to wait for someone to give you the information. It's going to come to your hands. It's going to come to you. Share your voice. If you have an idea, share your voice, share your idea, share it with me, and we can share it with the world and help another teacher. You know, I've heard this story recently, and it's like, if my mother is suffering from rheumatoid arthritis and you have found the cure for rheumatoid arthritis, but you are afraid to share it. You don't want people to think bad of you. You have no money to promote it, right? Uh, in the meantime, my mom's suffering from that disease. You have the solution. My mom's suffering. Why not make the connection and help you bring that cure for everyone? It's exactly the same thing. If you have the cure for engagement, if you have the exact phrase that a teacher needs to hear to get out of her funk, then share it. Use this resource, use this platform. This platform was created for that reason. I am not saying that I am going to fix a problem, but I want to be a part of a solution. And I know that you, as a teacher, want to be a part of the solution as well. Since Ignite started, we have come a long way. We have come a long way, presenting just to a few teachers. And so then we're always discovering what's next. Why? Because new awareness, it's brought in our groups. So what's next with Ignite, you ask? And it's, and I have to take a deep breath because it's troubling. We have found out that a lot of our students, especially our higher ed students, have technology literacy, which means is that they do not understand technology, even though they grew up with computers. They have a cell phone in their hands. Still, they do not understand technology. They don't, some of them don't even know how to send an email. Some of them don't even know how to attach a document. A lot of the things our students do not know how to save a document into a flash drive. We think that they know all these things, but they don't. And so Ignite, it's taking on this technology literacy challenge where we are teaching our children basics about technology, just like ABC, but for computer literacy. So that's it. That's next. That's what we're working on, and you'll be hearing more about that. It's just in the beginning. Um, Please feel free to send me any questions, any ideas, anything that you want to share. Here's my information, drreyna.com, my email, my phone number. I made my website super easy because I want everybody to find me, and all the contact information is right there specifically for Ignite. I do a whole bunch of other stuff. If you want to know more, there's a button for that. But drreyna.com, it's all about Ignite. It's all about our children. It's all about our future. Our team, my team, it's you, all of us, we're making a difference in the world. And we are working on our children and our minds for a better future tomorrow. So this is our children. This is our future. And if we can make a difference in one child, then my effort and my passion to ignite your passion is done. Thank you so much. I hope to hear from you. Feel free to reach out if you want to know more from me. Here's a little bio about me. It's also in my website. Please feel free to sign up to get free material, to get the newsletter, to get new ideas. And don't forget to sign up to the Facebook group. It's very important. There's a survey in here if you want to fill it out. It's also in the links. I attached the survey on the link of this video, whichever platform you're using. Join the Facebook group. Again, if you want to get free books, this is just additional. If you want to get free books, join my store. I have a store and I get fundraisings and I get donations, and we do all kinds of books that we got for free. So feel free to check it out. I have other materials. I have 2 books, several books going on in there. This meeting goes on every single Saturday for 2020. And as soon as it's live, or if you want me to go live to your school site, feel free to reach out. I will be more than happy to go and present live. Of course, respecting the distance, the safety distance, and all the precautions that we need to take. I have all kinds of other ideas and in my website for my other side of reopening schools safe. But for now, Ignite Teachers Toolbox, it's on here every single Saturday at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. I hope that you have ignited your passion, engaging children today for better minds tomorrow. Please remember that our kids are our future. They are our future. They are our future president, our future caregivers. They are our future. Thank you. God bless you.